Hi, everybody, and welcome to the weekly market wrap for November 24th, 2017. Happy Thanksgiving. We're a holiday shortened week. We had off Thursday, and today, Friday, was a shortened day. We closed at 1 o'clock Eastern. So, what's been going on here with the markets for basically the past few days since the last newsletter I put out, we've seen a pretty flat market other than the move higher on Monday. And then today, for the shortened day, as you can see here, we're looking at an hourly chart. We've seen a little bit of a move higher, and then after hours, we're pulling back almost to where we started the day. So kind of good Monday, and every other day, it seems like people took the week off a little bit early. So not much to report on. As far as the insiders go, getting a bunch of mixed signals, a little bit difficult this time because the market's continuing to trend higher, which is always a good thing, especially if you're long. And if you look at this weekly chart here on the S&P 500, you'll see we had a little bit of a downtrend for a couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden this week we spiked out of it. Most of that move coming in on Monday. So the insiders are a little bit harder to come up with. There's not many to choose from, but we did find a pharmaceutical company this week that had a really successful insider buying their own stock. And one thing that I wanted to touch on, just kind of thinking about what I was going to say today, was investing's not easy, trading's not easy. If you run across somebody that makes it seem easy or pretends that it is or does the whole it's so simple type of situation, you should probably try and stay away from them because it's not. And I know it seems like, hey, all you had to do is throw a dart over the past, just looking at a monthly chart here. Oh, that didn't work out too well. Hang on one second. So, looking at a monthly chart, even from 2011, all you had to do is basically throw a dart at one of these charts and at one of these companies, and it would have worked if you waited long enough. And that's great because if you wait or you buy every dip or you never sell unless you're up money, that's terrific unless we have a huge correction and then it could take 6, 7, 4, 3 years, whatever it is, to get back to break even. Then it's not so terrific. So there is something that I touched on before, and what it's called a recency bias. So our bias is to take the things that have happened most recently and put them in in an order, and putting the most recent things that happen as a priority of things that will most likely happen again. And normally I'm pretty good with that because I like the fact that when we follow a trend, if it continues to move higher, as long as it stays in the uptrend, we'll continue to see higher prices, and that's terrific. However, you always have to keep in the back of your mind that just because it's happened recently doesn't mean it's going to continue to happen. So once again, we're at all-time highs. Everybody's happy. The issue is, and it's always been the whole way up, how long could this last? How much higher is it going to go? And nobody has the answer to it. So that's why, kind of told you about the people who make it sound easy. It's always difficult. Nothing is easy in life. We all know this. Anything worth having is not easy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continuously follow the system. System's giving us a little bit of mixed signals with some more insider selling than buying right here, but overall, the trend of higher highs and higher lows seems to be continuing, especially this week. So we'll kind of stick with what we're seeing, and we'll try and pick out what insiders are buying their own stock and move on from there. So there's the great part about enacting a system and putting it into motion is you don't have to use a lot of discretionary thought process, or you don't have to think on your own. Just follow the system. It works over time, and you know that, and that's your advantage. So everybody, or at least I think 90% of the people out there, are trying to buy Bitcoin or jump on the next hot trend or something along those lines. And that's what everybody tries to do. And I don't blame them. Sometimes it works out terrifically. I'm just not really good at saying, hey, I think this is going to happen. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm better at doing the research, doing the back testing, and then in the back of my mind, having the confidence to know that what I'm enacting has 20 years of success behind it. So if I run into a bad week, a bad quarter, even a bad year, I'm not giving up. And that's what makes you successful. So Just wanted to kind of go over the thought process of what we do, why we do it, and how I think I have an edge, and that's basically what it is. So, um, most of you guys have a long weekend here, so enjoy your long weekend. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving meal, and we'll move on. So we put that one company on this week. We didn't remove any winners or losers. We had some nice winners on there that haven't hit our price targets yet, and we'll just keep on plugging away. So enjoy your long weekend. I will get back with you next Friday, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks so much.